gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions, right? And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left.
The coach take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Oakland Raiders. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now! 57! 180! Hey, we're good! That's it!
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Now Saquon Barkley. And he's got room. There he goes, left side. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 68 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Carr. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he's got some space here. And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get out to the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. He completes it to Bryant. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. First catch for Bryant. He's got a first down. On play action, it's Carr. He'll buy some time right. Bryant with a catch right side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Barkley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Carr now on 1st down. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Flush to his right. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They go play action here on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Randy Gregory. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Dancing to his left. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll give him a dozen on the pitch and catch, but now they're up against a 3rd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. They'll run forward Barkley. He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. The tackle there by Brian Poole. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
On 2nd down, it's Montgomery. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's got this to his running back, Ty Montgomery. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And they are going for it. Darnold, really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yard.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. From the 45 on 2nd down. Darnold on the catch. It's Crowder. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. That's where Crowder makes his hay in the slot. Jets hoping to see more of that going forward. He signed with him in March after the last 4 seasons being in Washington. Had 3 pretty good years and sort of tailed off last season. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Maurice Hurst in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Darnold's throw on the money to Anderson. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On 3rd down, Barkley. He finds an opening past the 40. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's at the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Saquon Barkley, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play. I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Darnold on first down. Open man is Robbie Anderson. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. He was the leading receiver for the Jets a season ago. Robbie Anderson, 50 catches, over 750 yards, and getting more and more comfortable with Sam Darnold. Now a year plus under. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
A first down throw, Darnold. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On the carry, it's Montgomery. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. And he loses the football a second time. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. He's now lost fumbles in back-to-back weeks, and, of course, you remember last week's game, such a close affair. That hurt him.
Hurt him in a big way, and it is so key to take care of the ball because, remember, the team making the fewest mistakes usually wins the game. So you got to take care of the ball, lock it away, high and tight, as you often hear from running back coaches. 4 points of pressure, fingertips, forearm, biceps, sternum, or chest. Put it away.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Randy Gregory able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. eluding the pressure right. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. On third down, Barkley. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still fourth down upcoming. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down. They'll run with Barkley, and he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Now Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. This Raiders and Jets contest is a part of the NFL 100 series. And a little history lesson, back in November of 1968, there was a game between these two teams where the Raiders scored 2 touchdowns in the final minute to win. And actually coverage was broken away from that game on the East Coast to show the movie Heidi. So a lot of the Jets fans missed the Raiders' comeback. You can imagine some saddened faces when they took the rubber bands off their newspapers the next morning on the East Coast. But don't worry, folks. We will not be interrupting this broadcast to show the movie Heidi. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. Now it's Darnold. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Squeeze, double.
Shotgun now for Carr. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There was nothing available there for him.
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. 6-6, pull it high. Yeah, you don't want none. 57, Mike, 57. All right, T, let's go. All right, T, switch. White.
Carr going to go on 4th down. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Being chased out left. But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Jordan Jenkins able to run it down for a loss of a yard.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders, and even 40 yards.
At the 2-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Another try for Barkley. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. This will be caught at about the 5. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at the 3. He spins free. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 7 yards there and a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Darnold completes it, and to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. It was Darryl Worley there to knock that one free. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Benson Mayowa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
And here we go on 4th. Darnold. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. He couldn't hook up with a Nunwa that time.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
Throwing now is Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Carr. Buying time to his left. The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. Flushed out right. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Carr going to look to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. To throw, it's Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Carr to throw. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 17-yard line. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Carr now on 1st down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Carr now to throw. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
7:34. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Watch the out. Watch the out. Hey, my 7.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be 1 kneel and then handshakes. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr going to throw here. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Carr. We'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And this, not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours, right? So it's